Everybody's watching. Be obscene.
My name is Aisha Londilocks, and I have been in this beautiful beauty industry since 1995. And one thing I know for sure, my love for this industry, as well as creativity and entrepreneurship, it just won't go away. I've seen incredible talent over the years, real artists, real visionaries, and people who should have been seen a long time ago. But what happens? Instead, they're stuck trying to beat algorithms, figure out hashtags, or hoping their work is lucky enough to go viral. That never sat right with me, and it still does not. Because your talent shouldn't have to fight to be seen. That's why OPSEEN was created. This is different. Here, you're not just another post in a feed. You're not competing for attention. You are featured. You are highlighted. You're brought to the forefront. We take your work and position it where it belongs, with intention, with visibility, and with purpose. This issue is a curated glimpse into that vision, from creators to watch, to business highlights, to vinicles, and of course, the gallery. If you're serious about your craft and ready to step out of the noise and into real visibility, then this is where you need to be. Because OPSEEN doesn't just show your work. We elevate it, we amplify it, and we turn creatives into icons. This is more than a magazine. It's a movement. Be a part of it. We welcome you because everybody's watching. Be OPSEEN.
This is the new era, an era where creativity is no longer hidden, but celebrated, where talent is no longer overlooked, but recognized, where professionals are no longer waiting, they're stepping forward, because something is changing. The beauty industry, the creative industry, the culture itself is evolving. And the new era belongs to the creative professional, the hairstylist who transforms confidence, the barber who shapes identity, the makeup artist who creates art, the nail tech who designs expression, the photographer who captures legacy, the designer who builds vision, the baker the stylist, the creative, the entrepreneur. This is your era, no longer defined by titles, but by impact, no longer limited by opportunity, but powered by creativity. Because today's creative professional is more than talented. They're leaders, they're innovators, they're culture shapers, and now they finally have a platform that sees them, a platform that celebrates them, a platform that elevates them. This is where creativity meets recognition, where passion meets opportunity, where vision becomes reality. Because when creatives come together, something powerful happens. Energy builds, ideas expand, communities grow, and suddenly, a movement is born. This is not just about beauty. This is about culture. This is about innovation. This is about representation. This is about being seen. Because when one creative rises, we all rise. When one story is told, 1,000 more are inspired. And when creativity is celebrated, the entire industry evolves. This is the new era. The era of bold ideas. The era of fearless creativity. The era of the professional who refuses to be overlooked. This is the era of the creative professional. This is OPSEEN. Everybody's watching. Be OPSEEN.
Hey, I am Khalees Goddess, owner and CEO of Silk Press Express, LLC. How long have I been a cosmetologist? Well, at heart, I started out at 13 years old doing the neighborhood hair, neighborhood kitchen beautician. And I've been a cosmetologist off and on for the last 31 years.
Whoa, right? Look at that curl pop.
It's like magic.
She is mesmerized.
That's so pretty.
Wait till you see it dry.
I can't wait.
Who inspired me to get into cosmetology? Well, I had an auntie Willa and an auntie Helen who were both cosmetologists when I was younger. And I was really, I wouldn't say impressed by how you could take straight hair and turn it curly and curly hair and turn it straight. So the whole click of the irons, the smell of the salon, it's just in my blood. So what are our specialties here at Silk Press Express? We specialize in healthy, natural hair. Now, I don't say just healthy hair, not even natural. So what sets us apart here is that, well, what I wanted to do in creating Silk Press Express was to create a space where you felt comfortable coming and getting, because everybody doesn't want to be a curly natural. That was my thought process. Everybody doesn't want to walk around with curly hair. And as you know, curly hair is very, very, very difficult to take care of. And when I say difficult, I mean, it's finding those products. It's finding those things that don't dry your hair out or that keep your hair curly all day versus, you know, when you get your hair pressed out, you're able to better maintain it, right? And so what I wanted to do is create a space where you could come in and get it done and do it as healthily as possible. Yes, you're going to break the sulfide bonds. Yes, you're going to break bonds, but the goal here is to keep it as healthy as we can so that you don't have to wear your hair curly all the time. Every client that comes through here gets put on some form of a regimen. We love to meet you where you are in your healthy hair journey. Whether you become a bi-weekly, monthly, every 6 week, every 8 week, or quarterly client, we want to walk beside you through your journey. So what sets Silk Press Express apart from other salons out here? What I feel is sets us apart is that we actually want to care for your hair. We cut hair. There are salons here in the Dallas area that, are blowout bras, and that's great. But from what I understand, a lot of the times they can't cut your hair. Or if they cut your hair, they can only cut off an inch here and an inch there. Our goal is if you need to start at a mushroom, we're going to start you at a mushroom. If you need to start at that bob, we're going to start you at a bob. The only thing I don't recommend is starting you out as a pixie, because a natural pixie is very, very, very difficult to take care of out here in this Texas sun, this Texas heat. But what sets us apart is that we're trying to care for your hair throughout your process and just not do pretty hair. We also we do color as well, so we're not just a blowout silk press bar. You can also get your hair cut and colored here as well. We also have clients that fly in and drive in to come and sit in our chairs. I had a client that drove in 24 hours to come sit in my chair. I had a client that came in 11 hours from Nashville, a client that comes in from Detroit, a client that comes in from Chicago, clients that come in from Houston, Killeen, and I'm thinking of expanding out of Texas and going to my hometown, which is Chicago. I will be looking at Chicago in April, so there may be a Silk Press Express coming soon near you.
Oh, it smells amazing in here, right?
I would tell a client looking for a new stylist social media is such an amazing tool these days. I always start off with hashtag what it is you're looking for. So if you're looking for a hashtag for Silk Press, hashtag Dallas Silk Press, hashtag Silk Press Dallas. And then when you're checking these pages, look for consistency. I love social media and what we're able to put out on our platforms. The fun part about looking at somebody's platform is you get to see what they think is good, right? And so it's different from being tagged in things. People will tag you and all sorts of stuff, but this is the work that I'm setting out here to present to the world. And if it aligns with what it is that you're looking for, I say go for it. The other thing is you want to see what products that they use. You don't want to go to a salon that's going to use that product that comes from your local beauty supply store. Why would I pay for somebody to put Pantene, Tresemme, Cantu, Aussie Moist, Herbal Essence, and lots of these other brands that don't work well for overly curly or curly hair?
After years behind the chair, I know my craft. But finding the right place to work, it's its own kind of hunt. So I hit the streets with my portfolio, looking for a chair that feels like home.
What advice would I give to a up-and-coming cosmetologist or a cosmetology student? As a cosmetology student, a lot of times when you're dealing with adult education, you have to really realize that you're in charge of your education. The school is going to teach you a test. You need to make sure you leave there knowing the fundamentals, even if you can't execute it, the fundamentals of cutting and coloring. Those two things will take you very far in your industry. The second thing that I would advise you to do is, as a newly licensed cosmetologist, figure out what you enjoy doing and get really good at that. It's okay to know how to do everything, because I can do so many things, but I think these days, if you niche down your services, you'll get really, really good at something, and because you enjoy doing it, you'll do really well at it. When you get out of school, go someplace that's going to pour into you. Please don't go out here and get a salon suite. Please go into somebody's open concept salon. Even if you want to pay blueprint, that's fine. But I suggest going into a space where finding somebody that's going to pour into you, like I try and do here. Because when you get out of school, you know absolutely nothing. You know nothing. And that's not a dig at you and I don't care how long you've been doing hair, to be honest, unless you just went to school to get your license because you're really, really good at it. Outside of that, your average cosmetologist getting out of school makes anywhere between $35,000 and $45,000. And that may be great money to some, but a lot of the times when you're getting out of school, you think you're going to make this $100,000. Go in, be humble, be coachable, be teachable, wherever it is you go, and it will take you so far. My experience with OPSEEN magazine has been amazing. Lundy was very knowledgeable. When she reached out, she kind of made me excited about this experience. Being a part of the launch edition is like, I'm like, I feel like I'm doing something great. They're a Dallas-based magazine, so to support, the people and the talent here to be able to reach further than here is so amazing. She's on time. She answered all my questions. She made sure that I had everything it is that I needed to be what's the word I'm looking for, to be prepared for my interview.
That's incredible already.
Worth the wait, right?
Totally. Look at those kids.
Hi, my name is Christina Dunn, and first, I am a daughter of God. I am also the owner, founder, and chief baking officer of Yellow Cake Lady. It's a pop-up bakery here in Frisco, Texas. So, how long have I been baking? I have been baking pretty much since forever. But professionally, I've been baking for about 15 years. I started at the bottom. I started decorating. Then I moved up to baking, and then I moved up to management. I launched Yellow Cake Lady last year in May of 2025. So what inspired me to get into baking actually are the women in my family, specifically my grandmothers. They are the original cake makers. I like to call them the OGs. And they were able to, they were able to curate experiences, not just that satisfied your stomach and your taste buds, but your soul. And they passed that down from generation to generation, and it landed on me. So at Yellow Cake Lady, what we specialize in is Southern inspired desserts. So you're going to see layered cakes, handmade pies, dessert bars, brownies, and of course, we get these recipes from the original OGs. So you're going to see classics, Southern American classics like caramel cake, red velvet, and of course, we have our classic yellow cake with chocolate buttercream. And we've elevated our cakes by frosting them with the Swiss meringue buttercream. And what we do is infuse those buttercreams with different flavors. And again, we keep it OG style and we do everything from scratch. So a fun fact about me, that's a good question. So when I was young, I honestly did not like cake. I did not really enjoy birthday cake, any type of cake. Occasionally, I would probably eat pound cake, but I was not a fan of cake until I started to make cake. So I envision Yellow Cake Lady becoming a household name, starting with one household, one family at a time here in Frisco. And I also see her becoming the trusted baker from generation to generation. So right now I'm a pop-up bakery. We pop up around DFW, but the goal is to have a place to call home where I can gather people together like my grandmothers did in their kitchen. So my experience with Aisha and OPSEEN has been good. It's been very pleasant, professional. She made me feel really comfortable during the interview process. Being an introvert, I love being in the kitchen and behind the scenes. So she really helped me open up and tell my story. So I recommend 100%.
Okay, so let's talk about it, because I know I'm not the only one seeing this. Everybody is posting. Everybody. Hair, makeup, nails, cakes, clothes, photos, talent, everywhere. And don't get me wrong, it's beautiful. But listen, just posting your work, that's not enough anymore. We are in the editorial era. And editorial, baby, that's a whole different level. Editorial is how you separate yourself from everyone else doing good work. It's how your work stops looking like content and starts looking like a brand. It's the lighting, angles, intention, story. It's how your work is introduced to the world. Because listen, where your work is placed matters. On social media, you're competing in an editorial space. You're being presented, and that right there, that's the difference between, okay, that's nice, and wait, who did that? That's the difference between being seen for a moment and being remembered. And the creatives who are winning right now, oh, they understand this. They're not just posting more. They're elevating how they show up. They're thinking bigger, cleaner, more intentional, because when your work looks elevated, people treat you different. They respect you different. They pay you different. Let's not act like that part doesn't matter. And that's why editorial platforms, they're not extra anymore. They're necessary, because if your work is really that good, it deserves to be placed somewhere that reflects that, not lost in a scroll. Not sitting between memes and ads, but positioned, highlighted, seen the way it's supposed to be seen. Because in this new era, it's not just about being talented. It's about being taken seriously. And the ones who step into it early, oh baby, they're not chasing attention. They're setting the standard. The future is editorial. And the ones who step into it early, oh baby, they're not chasing attention. They're setting the standard. So what do you think? Are you ready to elevate your game, or will you keep getting lost in the noise? Let me know